Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How is life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope everything is good. I hope you're not covered in snow right now. We had a winter weather advisory thingy here, and but it's like 40, and so it's just raining, and I have a headache. And on the way down the stairs, I was thinking like what to talk about. I was like, man, my head hurts. I don't want to talk about my headache. And then I thought back to the past discussion about the possibility of me having cluster headaches, and I don't get headaches very often. I get brain cramps, is what I would call them. And then it makes me wonder. So last year, my doctor, the nurse at my doctor, well, I don't know. I go to a doctor, but I rarely ever see an actual doctor. It's usually a nurse practitioner or something like that. Said that what I have is cluster headaches. And they offered me some very strong medication, and I told them, no, I'm not interested in that. And I did a video about that. And then that video sparked a lot of compassion, but also sparked a lot of people saying, that I'm full of shit because there's no way I could have cluster headaches and sit in front of a camera and talk. There's no way that I could function. And I've always wondered, like, maybe my pain tolerance is different because I don't get headaches. I get discomfort in my head, but it's not like, okay, I just move on throughout my life, and I can't pretend like I get some soul-crushing headaches often. In fact, I don't even know that I get headaches more than a few times a year. And this is a very mild annoyance in my head, and so I was sitting upstairs waiting for the ibuprofen to kick in, which, by the way, is pretty much the only thing I take, and not because I have some sort of affinity for ibuprofen. I literally think it's because that's what the Marines give you for any ailment ever. Like, your arm fell off, here, have some ibuprofen. And I say that kind of as a joke, but it's also true. Ask anybody in the Marine or Navy, and you'll know that's just ibuprofen, 800 milligrams. There you go. It'll fix everything. But going back to the cluster headache discussion, I have been, since that time, I discovered ginger tea, and ginger tea had a profound effect on me. I've talked about that in that comment thread quite a few times because I had some people going and asking questions. The ginger tea really did seem to help. And I know that's completely anecdotal, and maybe it's psychosomatic. I don't know. Maybe it's just placebo effect, but it helped me. And since that time, I have been taking ginger daily. I take a little ginger supplement because more than just the headache, it also seems to help a lot with reflux. And because I haven't been eating until noon, I have an 8-hour eating window these days because I eat later in the day than I used to. My reflexes can be pretty tough in the mornings, but the ginger, anecdotally, helps a lot with reflux. And I've told some other people that, and I've heard back that they've had positive results also. Now, I think with everything, when I say something like that, when I say that ginger helps my reflux, or ginger helped me with headaches, I think what some people hear is ginger fixed my reflux, or ginger fixed my headache. When that is in fact not what I'm saying at all. I am not saying that ginger fixes my reflux. What I'm saying is that ginger assists the symptoms of my reflux. I developed some pretty serious reflux. Oh man, it's been like 6 or so years ago now. And that was stress related. And I lost a lot of weight in a very short period of time and threw up a whole bunch and developed pretty soul crushing reflux. And I was on some pretty harsh, not harsh, but some intense reflux medication for a while, way longer than you're supposed to take them. Reflux is one of those things that's supposed to kind of fix itself. and you're not supposed to take the proton pump inhibitors for very long, like longer than a month or so, and I was taking them for like a year. So I had to learn to just eat different foods and not agitate as much as possible. And I still have it pretty much every single day. You've obviously probably heard me belching on camera quite a bit. That's reflux. If I drink alcohol, it's terrible. Certain foods will set it off. But anecdotally, in the mornings when the reflux is really strong, ginger helps me. Does it completely make the reflux go away? No. Still there, just not as intense. It seems to reduce things to a tolerable level. Let's say that. And the same with the headaches. The ginger tea and ginger supplements, I was eating a lot of ginger at that time, did not make the cluster headaches go away, but it dampened them. It definitely took that edge off that was like, I couldn't look at a light without crying. That's the kind of headache that it is. And I think I had a point to this whole story, but I think the real point that I've come to, the way I would wrap this video up is by saying that when somebody says anecdotally that they have positive results from something, that doesn't mean that they found a solution. It means that they found relief, some relief. And I think people tend to forget that. And instead, they would rather be inflammatory with their comments and be rude and tell you that you don't know what you're talking about because that makes them feel better about themselves for some reason. I don't know why. It's what it is. So, the shop is disgusting. I still have to make chairs. I got to make 2 chairs this week. I made a cutting board this weekend. I thought I was giving it to the recipient next weekend. I ended up giving it to them yesterday, so it was still a little. I hadn't the mineral oil had only been draining for a few hours when they showed up. So normally I put my cutting board just in a tub of mineral oil and let them sit for a day or two. It only got to sit overnight and then wipe down and handed. So hopefully that doesn't blow apart from stresses from the wood or whatever. But I told him how to take care of it and gave him a little bottle of conditioner. So we'll see. But yeah, I guess that's all I got. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being wonderful friends, being amazing people. I really appreciate you. I hope you had a good weekend. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you tomorrow. Alexa, tell me a random fact.
A group of larks is called an exaltation. A group of flamingos is a flamboyance.
A flamboyance of flamingos. I can see those in a few front yards just in my immediate vicinity. And I don't live in Florida.